What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if my mic is clear. We'll get the show started. Tried too hard to get QB 300 yards. Man, y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it go. We're going to talk about it, though. Give me 1 second. All right. What's going on, Eric? This game was what I thought it would be. JSU left some points on the field. Got to do better. Yeah, Shadur definitely left some money on the table today. Definitely left some money on the table. He could have had like eight touchdowns tonight, but he only got 5. Could have got 8. I seen 8. I know the one that he overthrew the guy on, that was a touchdown. He had a few, man. I don't know what was going on with him. Some people say he might be banged up. I'm not sure. Punt the ball. That shoulder got to be bothering him. Yeah, it got to be some, man, because some of those throws just looked bad. I'm like, yeah, something got to be going on with his arm because he's never thrown that inaccurate before. But the game was a good game. I love the production of it. I'm gonna give ESPN a props when it's due. I love the production. Somebody said there might be Jaguars cameras that they use. Hey, if it's gonna look like that, I want all our games to be in the NFL stadium. If it's gonna look like that, we need all our games to be on that kind of quality. HBCU game day, they been providing great quality. Their game looked good as well. I watched the FAMU versus Grambling game. Grambling might have got cheated at the end, y'all. I was watching that. That didn't look like pass interference to me. That looked like a touchdown. He should not have been in the game in the fourth quarter. DB's got to cover better. Shadur has to stop forcing, and JSU needs to run the ball more. Well, I think they're going to keep him in the game in the fourth quarter because they're trying to keep his numbers up, because he's in his Heisman talks. So they want to keep his numbers up and keep him I really feel like Coach Prime wanted him to have 6 touchdowns today. At least 6. Because he had 5 during the FAMU game. I feel like Coach Prime wanted him to get 6. He was trying to get that 300, stay in the Walter Payton race. Yeah, that could be true. You don't stay in the Heisman canvas playing like that. Yeah, that's true. Them interceptions gonna hurt him because they look so bad, the interceptions. But I mean, as long as he was in the conversation this season. And I feel like that's good enough. You just want your name out there in the conversation. But he's gonna get some props for throwing 5 touchdowns. He threw 5 TDs. 4 in the first half. You throwing 4 TDs in the first half. I thought he's about to go crazy today, though, y'all. When he threw 4 TDs, I think he threw 4 TDs in the first quarter. I was like, oh, he's finna go crazy today. I thought he's about to do like 8 touchdowns today. And then Bethune Cookman defense was terrible. They were terrible. It was like they had realized, hey, man, we can't play with these boys. Like, we getting beat. They wasn't even trying to tackle at one point. One of the guys that got a good hit on Santi Marshall, though. That's gonna be a highlight. Also, I think Shane Hooks his stock is rising with the NFL. I guarantee you. He caught another one-handed catch today, another highlight reel. I guarantee you, NFL scouts looking at that. It seemed like we struggled to throw the ball vertically, a lot of dinking and dunking. I'm okay with dinking and dunking as long as it's designed well. Because dinking and dunking can get you touchdowns. That's what Tom Brady do. Tom Brady he's capable of throwing long passes, but for the most part, he's gonna pick you apart in that mid-range game. That's pretty much what Tom Brady does. So I'm okay with dinking and dunking, taking what the defense give you, as long as you have good plays and you're not just being predictable. Our running backs were running way too high, got lit up a few times. Yep. What I saw, because I was there, he's been a bit off, not having number 13 out there. You seen how Shador was playing Hooks Hollywood. He's in ESPN highlights for sure. You was at the game, Erica? Erica be at the game and on YouTube. I see you. Wilkinson was hot early and JSU stopped going to him. I don't know what's up with that, man. As a running back, I would be mad. I would be mad as a running back. I would be like, Coach, feed me. I've been doing all this work. Let me get some pay. Pay me off, or let me score a touchdown. I have no complaints about the game. She did 5 TDs and over 300 yards. Defense was solid. Yeah, defense is nice. Defense is nasty. Malachi is not missed. Team play well, not purpose. All good. On to the next. This next game against Campbell, I will be at that game. Be homecoming. I will be at the Campbell game and I'll be at the Southern game as well. But I don't know, man. Campbell looks like a good team. I'm nervous for Jackson State. That's all I would say. Jackson State can't have no slow starts against Campbell, because I don't think Campbell will be a team that's gonna let you make mistakes and not capitalize off of it. I think JSU plays too many guys to build a solid chemistry. They saving Wilkinson for homecoming. Hopefully the starting offensive tackles are not out for the season or for a long time. It is really going to hurt the offense, and it could reduce the plays they can use on offense. Yeah, I heard, but I hope Dimitri Jordan, I think that's his name. I think he got hurt. I hope he comes back because they need him. He's a very good player. My game play against JSU would be to keep everything in front of me and play drop 8 coverage. Yeah. JSU definitely, but you got to account for Wilkinson though if you run that kind of offense. I mean, the kind of defense I am Big Jones. They start running Wilkinson. Hey, it'll be a long night. JSU definitely plays too many guys. Is Tony Gray still on the team? Yeah, he's still on the team. I was surprised Travis didn't play today, because I know everybody was talking about he was warming up. I wonder what happened. I wonder they just like, oh, gonna let you warm up, or I don't know. I wonder what's the story behind that. Him not playing. Debo starting and Willis is the right tackle. They all right. Okay. All right, we got a call coming in. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me. Come on, y'all be calling and hanging up. You can call back, caller, if you want to call in. The phone lines are open, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Phone lines are open. Y'all can call in, give your thoughts on the game, give your thoughts on any game that happened today or that's still going on. 657-390-4814. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You right, Erica, but they don't miss him. We forget how many drops he had last year in Celebration Bowl. JSU DBs are questionable. You know what? Dejon Warren been playing all right. He been playing good. I gotta give him his props. He been playing well. SWAC, you know, I was there, lost my voice midway, but still doing what I had to do. Also, the crowd for the game was great. The crowd was nice. For that to be an NFL stadium and for a lot of people to think that that game was going to be empty, it was a nice crowd. It was a decent crowd. I would say it was probably like 40,000 there. I wouldn't be shocked if it was like 40. Definitely in the 30s. I want to see the winner of HBCU play the winner of FCS championship in the Celebration Bowl. Shoot, I don't know about the FCS championship. I mean, that would be dope, but I don't know, man. Those people, man, they ain't really trying to mess with our culture like that. And they would come in and try to finesse the money. Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. Just me being honest. Fam, you got lucky today. GSU field goal kicker missed 2 extra points and a field goal. Right. I watched that game, man. I thought Grambling was gonna pull it out, but they didn't. Where's Mr. Ford? I don't know what Mr. Ford is. He might call in tonight. Exactly. So stop calling for Malachi. Warren he's been solid. What's going on, Stephen Campbell? That was the biggest crowd BCU has outside of Florida Classic. It was in the mid-20s, which is great for BCU. Bethune Cookman got their money game. That was 20,000. That looked better. That looked more than 20,000. That looked like it was more than 20,000, Stephen. Does it feel like sometimes we're not playing our best players? I understand depth, but this is too much. You know what? I agree with you on that. Like Quay Jones not being out there, I'm like, come on. You can't tell me he ain't one of y'all best receivers. That boy Hugh, I sure find a way. Oh, you saying that boy Hugh sure find a way to lose? Yeah. Why y'all putting Hugh on a hot seat though? I think Hugh needs some time. You know, let him build his staff up. Let him get the players that he wants. I think he'll be all right. Grambling need Marvin Lewis on the staff. That would be dope if Grambling got Marvin Lewis. All corners getting a brace beat off them right now, 14-0. Oh, they can still win that. 14-0, they can still win that. Warren and Travis should be starting that corner. We'll see. That might happen next week. Phone lines are open, y'all. 657-390-4814. Y'all want to call in, get your thoughts out. Let us know what you think of today's games. Got a call coming in. Hold on. Let's see who this is. What's going on, Caller? You live? Talk to me. Hello? Hello? Why are people calling and hanging up? All right. Let's try this again. Here they're calling again. Let's see. What's going on, Caller? You live? Talk to me. Hello? Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? All right, let me reboot this thing. Hold on, y'all. Let me reboot it and start it over. Maybe that's what it is. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, it's like the second person that's called and couldn't hear me, so let me just reboot it.
There is one other participant in the conference. The recording has started.
What's going on, Caller? You live? Talk to me.
All right. I just have a general question about Jackson State. I just think Jackson State should go to the FCS playoffs this year or next year because And I seen the thing that Deion Sanders said, there's more money in the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah.
But I know people personally tells me that they should go to the FCS playoff because it proves that they can play with the North Dakota State, the Kennesaw State, the same Houston State. I think if he's trying to even the playing field, he should go to the FCS playoff and prove to the world that he can play with all the FCS programs. Because if he win the FCS playoff, then it's no debate that they can compete with anybody. And I feel like the Celebration Bowl is more of a financial game. Yes, like you said, it's more money than the Celebration Bowl. Yes, $1 million payout. But sometimes it's about pride, and it ain't always about money. To me, I think it's not about money all the time. It's about taking your players to the FCS players and proving to the world that he can compete with everybody in the FCS. Because if he just keep winning the SWAC every year, it's not going to mean more to the players than they go into the FCS playoffs and beating North Dakota State, beating all these powerhouses of the FCS. And then take your team to a Power 5 and play a Power 5 team, and then you beat them, and then you can say, no way, he changed the game. So I just think, I'm just calling to let you know, I just think they should go to the FCS playoffs and just take their shot at the playoffs instead of the Celebration Bowl and just prove to the world they can just play with the North Dakota State, the same Houston State, the Kennesaw State, the Montana State. This proves to the world you can win the FCS playoffs.
So let me ask you this. So if they're dominating their conference, blowing people out, all their games pretty much been blowouts except the last game, and I guess you could say Tennessee. Well, they only scored 3 points, so I call that a blowout too. Even though the offense didn't do much, but your offense only scored 3 points, that's a blowout to me. So if they're blowing their teams out, you don't think people are looking at them as a powerful team in college football on the FCS level?
I look at it like that. Me personally, I look at it like that. But at some point, you got to take your guys up to another level of competition. Okay, it's fine. You beating SWAC opponents, it's fine. But at some point in life, you got to ask your players, what do they want to do? Because to me, it's like he's saying, okay, we want this bowl game. We want the bowl game. But what do his players really want? Do his players want to win a bowl or they want to win a national championship? So then it comes down to, let me ask my players what they want, because I know for a fact that they should go to the FCS players. It don't have to be an every year thing. It don't have to be every year thing. It should just be, okay, we undefeated. We win in every game right now. Let's take our shot at FCS players this year, and next year we go to a bowl game. I just want to see what can Travis Hunter do and all the big time recruits that he got now do when they play at North Dakota State, or see what they could do when they play at Kennesaw State. Let me
ask you this. So, what would they benefit? How would they benefit from going to if they won the national championship, the FCS national championship? What benefits would they get from that? I want you to name every benefit besides respect. Besides respect, what tangible benefits would they get?
Well, to me, the two things I think they would get out of it is, me first. You said no. I think respect, and then I think it would be more.
I'm talking about tangible. Tangible now.
To me, it'll be more visible on HBCU, because a lot of people say, okay, you know what? I can go to HBCU and win a national. I can go to HBCU and compete with the best of the best. Because think about it.
You talking about how you feel. You talking about feelings. I'm talking about tangible. What can they get that's tangible that they don't already have now? So you can't say they can get better recruits because they already getting those.
Okay.
You can't say you can't.
I just think I'm thinking for my emotions. I understand that, but I just rather, me personally, I just rather see them in the playoffs, because I come down, see, me personally, I come for a place where it's like this. It comes down to pride, because I went to a small high school, and I didn't make it. I played football, but I didn't make it to a college. But my school, we were a small school. But it's like when we played bigger teams, we already got blew out. But at a certain point in life, we was like, no, all we got is pride. Now I feel like, okay, if you win a Celebration Bowl this year, if they go to the Celebration Bowl and they win a whole SWAC again next year, I feel like now you got to take your shot at the playoff and prove to the world that we can just beat the SWAC, because right now I feel like they just beating all the SWAC opponents. Okay, yes, you win your conference every year. Yes, you win the Celebration Bowl. Okay, now it's time to take your shot at the playoffs and prove to the world that we can beat the FCS, all the FCS. Because think about it. Think about it like this. If an HBCU school come out of the SWAC and win a national championship, you think that won't be big news on ESPN or big news? That'll be a lot of publicity on Jackson State, more publicity on Jackson State.
They already big news though.
If they go down there and beat North Dakota State, that win the FCS playoff damn near they win damn every year, and they go to their house and beat them, you think ESPN or Undisputed, all these other talk shows won't be talking about? Then that'd be more publicity on Jackson State, more talk about Jackson State. They say this school from the SWAC won the whole FCS playoff. They don't even think HBCUs is, to me, they don't think HBCUs belong.
All right.
So you telling me if they go down there and win a national championship?
I got your point. I'm gonna get to some of these other callers. Thank you for calling though.
Okay.
All right, appreciate it. Let me get to these other callers. What's going on, Cardi Live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey,
this is Marcus. So I just wanted to give my take on the game and just talk about today as far as in the FCS.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, first and foremost, today was a great day for FCS football. Besides this game that was, obviously a blowout from the beginning, you had the North Dakota State, South Dakota State game. Then you also had the Idaho beating the Montana Grizzlies. So we may see Jackson State take a jump in terms of the national rankings this coming week when it comes to the polls. So so it was exciting for FCS, and more than that, obviously Jackson State's going to benefit from that. But that being said, let's get to the game. Honestly, I felt like Bethune Cookman could do nothing on offense. The offensive line couldn't get going. They never could. They were losing all their matchups in terms of offensive line versus defensive line. Not only did it create a lot of sacks, but carried a lot of pressures in particular. I mean, they couldn't do anything with Niles Gaddy. I mean, it was just complete. It felt like they had to double team him. Of course, they couldn't win the other matchups, so double teaming him wasn't beneficial to them.
Right.
It was Jalen Jones got bludgeoned. In fact, even Franklin came into the late third and early fourth, and he got bludgeoned by Aubrey Miller. So I just felt like just watching that, it was, there was nothing they could do. I mean, they had one good drive. Maybe they had one good drive where they got a touchdown and that 2-point conversion. But other than that, Bethune couldn't do anything on offense, absolutely nothing. And as far as Jackson State, I mean, it was a typical Shedeur game for the first 2 quarters. But for whatever reason, it just seemed like Bethune made some adjustments. It seemed like Shedeur had some trouble stepping into his throws, so they started doing him to run more. I think he might be dealing with a little injury. I'm not quite so sure, but
yeah, it looked like
for the most part it was a blowout.
I said it does look like he's dealing with something because he was stepping into his throws and having trouble, getting it there, and we never seen that before.
Trouble. Yeah, he was having a lot of trouble making throws. It was like even when he tried to make throws, he couldn't drop the ball. He literally in the second half struggled at dropping the ball. And that's why they weren't getting first downs in the second half or anything. He really struggled at dropping the football. And even that interception he had, I felt like he had the right. I felt like he knew what he wanted to do with the read there, but he just couldn't drop the football. And then that second interception was just something ugly. But once again, I felt like he just struggled at dropping the football. And I think this kind of came last week. I think some of this last week in that interception he threw, that little short interception he threw, I seen him having a little bit of issues dropping the football. And I'm just thinking maybe he's dealing with some ankle injury or something like that, because he's kind of hobbling a little bit when the play ends. So maybe that might be the issue. But he ain't saying nothing. Shedeur's mentally tough and whatnot. Yeah. But overall, it's just Jackson State's just so much better than everybody they're playing this year, and the SWAC just has to do a better job recruiting offensive linemen. I mean, I've seen too many SWAC games. I was watching a lot of games. So I was watching even the Incarnate Word, because Twitter's hyping up the Incarnate Word and Lindsey Scott Jr. So I'm watching them to see, let me see how good this dude is. Is he really better than Shedeur? Is he really better than is he really the best quarterback in the nation? And after watching the game, I came away with not really. He ain't really the best quarterback in the nation. A lot of the stuff he does is they scout the receivers that all are kind of option receivers who kind of run that offense, and the offensive line keeps their blocks. Whereas Jackson State, you see Jackson State half the time Shedeur running from no matter who they're playing against. So I just feel like the offensive line play in the SWAC is just bad, and that not just for Jackson State, but just for everybody.
Right. Well, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna get to the next caller. Thank you for calling.
All right, take care.
All right, let me get to the next caller. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. How you doing, caller?
Hey, SWAC Buzz, how you doing, brother? It's Chris Tapler out of San Antonio, Texas, brother. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Doing good, doing good. I heard one of the callers just a few moments ago talk about, I guess the national championship for Jackson State. SWAC Buzz, I'm gonna say it like this: the guy, he wasn't wrong, but I believe in 64, 50, 50, 50, 64. I believe right now 40% that they're not ready to. And it can happen any given Saturday, right, SWAC Buzz? It can happen any given Saturday. We know that. But I think right now, when you look at Appalachian State, when you look at Youngstown State, when you look at Montana, when you look at South Dakota State, I don't care how many All-Americans or 18-star recruits Jackson State get, that offensive line just came together this year. This is a new offensive line. And then, football, everything starts and ends on the offensive-defensive line. Next year, I think that Jackson State will have a 50-50 chance of getting inside the national championship and playing against those teams, but definitely year 3, where 60% Jackson State will be ready to play against those teams.
So you're saying that Jackson State have the players, but are you criticizing the coaching? Because if you have the players, you can't beat the teams. That's on coaching, right?
Well, I think it's a mixture of coaching, which they do have, talent, which they do have, and being able to play together. So when Coach Prime say we're not going to play those guys right now because we want to play, South Carolina State and the Black College Championship is a money game, I agree with that statement because HBCUs, they've always been underappreciated and over talent. So let's allow the SWAC, let's allow the MEAC, Jackson State, to get their finances up, get everything they need in place as far as facilities to go out there and compete. Now, I also say a SWAC Buzz 50-50. This year, do I honestly believe if Jackson State play against those teams, it'll be a competitive game? Absolutely, I do, because I just now said it can happen on any given Saturday. But do I think next year or definitely the year after they can not only compete, they go out there and whoop their ass up and down the line? Actually, yeah, I do. So it is coaching, but when you look at those other teams I named, SWAC Buzz, this offensive line is brand new and they're still learning to gel. Well, those other teams who I named, those defensive lines, they've been together and they're sharks and they know how to hunt. So we just can't say because they got these talented guys and they got the coaches that they're ready. Football is not thrown together that simple like basketball. There's integral parts that play a part there. So my thing is Coach Prime, he's doing right. He's being patient. He's getting the talent. He's getting Jackson State money up. Now we go fishing with the big dogs. And again, guys, I'm not disrespecting South Carolina State, Grambling, nobody, because it can happen any given Sunday. But when you talk about an Appalachian State and North Dakota State, that's a different beast.
Right.
That's a different beast of Division I AA football. These ain't no, and I hate to say it this way because it's my people's SWAC Buzz. And you look at the greatest players of all time basically came from HBCUs. And today's times, that's not an easy cakewalk, brother, to play against those guys. So I believe one more year, then yes. Definitely year 4, yes.
Okay. I got you. Let me get some of the other calls, though. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, if that makes sense to you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you making sense. You just saying that they need to be patient. They need to gel, have a chance to gel. They have the talent. They just have to gel before they're able to play those teams on the other level that you say.
Yeah, because look at it. Look at what's going on this year right here, SWAC Buzz. I mean, they got a whole new offensive line, but look at the running game. It's still not there yet. Do you honestly think you're gonna play against those schools I named without having a solidified running game? That's one thing. It's not the talent. It's not the coaching. They're not gelling together just yet, like you just now said.
Yeah.
They're not figuring each other out yet. They're not one cohesive unit.
Yeah, I got you.
But those other D lines, they are.
Let me go ahead and get some of these other calls, though. All right, thank you.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Thanks for your time, man.
All right. Let me get to this call. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Hello?
Yes. You're
Where
live.
was the final score?
You're live. Talk to me. You don't know who the
What
final
was the
score?
final score?
You don't know
What
what
was
the
the
final
final
score?
score? Nope.
Yeah. Come on, man. Don't come in with the goofy stuff tonight, y'all. Come on now. Let's do right now. Come on. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
What's going on, SWAC?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man. Okay, so what did the dude say? What was the final score?
I
Okay.
don't know what
Anyway, now your last dude that called before this caller right here, I halfway kind of agree with him because Prime was saying in order to compete with like some of the Power 5 schools, it started in the trenches, But my thing is this right here. I don't know what he saw, but this year, ever since Savion Wilkerson came, their running game has been on point. What do you think?
Oh yeah, he a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like saying, like a little Marshawn Lynch or something, man. Yeah, he a beast. I like him.
Right. And then Santee Marshall, he been doing pretty good this year. So I don't know what he's seeing. I mean, okay, do I think that the offensive line needs to gel a little bit more, in order to like compete with some of the teams in the FBS? Yeah, okay. But far-wise at the SWAC, I think really tell you the truth, because I was looking at some of these other games too, man. The talent wise, the talent with Jack State versus the SWAC, man, it's like head and shoulders. As long as he keep getting those players in, like that's Jack State just really beat themselves. I really can't see nobody stopping them.
What you think Campbell gonna do?
Like tonight, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go. Okay.
Go ahead.
From what I saw, like on 3 different occasions, they was in the red zone when they should have took the field goal and they forced the issue and didn't get the score. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it could have easily been like 58 or 59 to 8.
Yeah, that's true. See, what I think Deion, what Coach Prime is doing is he doesn't really respect that defense can stop their offense like that. So when he get in a situation like that, he like, I'm gonna go for it, because when we get back on defense, y'all ain't gonna be able to score on us. So I can I can take as many chances as I want. Because I trust my defense. My defense is a beast. You can't score on my defense. So I can do 2-point conversions. I can do all this other kind of stuff because you're not gonna be able to score on us anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I, like I said, I the only, and you and I talked about this before on the air. The only caveat is this right here, that the one thing that has eluded Jackson State, which is the Celebration Bowl. Because right now, like I said, I'm looking at all the other teams and play. I don't see, unless Jackson State just beat themselves or injury, like you say with Shadul, or injuries. That's the only thing that can stop it. Now, I will say this. Prime needs to feel like it was like if the game well in hand, 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, go on, put your second unit in and see what your backup, your backups can do. Right. But anyway, man, like what you're doing, we're gonna holler.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Let me get to the next call. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah, I just I caught the tail end of one of the callers talking about Jackson State and how we need to play North Dakota State, or we need to play a SBS school, and I just don't understand why people want us to play FBS teams so bad. You're already at a disadvantage for 20+ scholarships. So what do we prove by playing these schools?
I think a lot of people just want to see how these players will play on going against players of their caliber, I think.
And that's my thing. Like, we don't have anything to prove to these people. We have scouts come to our practice on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And also the smaller FBS schools, they don't even want to play Jackson State.
That's true.
ULM didn't even score a touchdown the last time we played them. And if we would have had Mata as our kicker, we would have won that game.
And
that
Texas
was
State
just starting out.
Yeah. Texas State played Jackson State next year. And I don't think they want them problems. And then ULM is supposed to play them after that.
And then I just hear different things like, why do SWAC schools play FBS teams? Well, people said, why do HBCUs play? And it's exposure. Well, Jackson State doesn't need any exposure. We were trending internationally last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so that dings that out. Our coach is going to be on 60 Minutes on Sunday. We've had a documentary coming out in December. So we can knock out exposure. And then it's, we play for money. Well, Jackson State, we're the new money game, and we don't need money. After they went through the numbers, they're not even making that much money. You can make that much money by yourself at home as long as you bring your fans out. So we can X that out too. So what's next? What is the reason for us to play? Why do we have to prove to certain people? I just don't think that the people that are calling in, that their reasoning for why Jackson State needs to play, even the best team can get beat at any given Sunday, but more often than not, an FCS team is not going to upset a larger FBS program.
Yeah.
And then I heard them talking about how Wilkerson,
I think
they didn't play him enough.
Yeah.
Why would they play him? We're up 30 points.
So I think a lot of people mindset when they want to play LBS teams and things like that, they just want their respect. They want people to say, "Oh, look at them. They beat an FBS team. They one of the best teams in the country." They just want people saying things like that about the program. And then you have people that want to.
I don't think North Dakota State would even agree to come to Jackson State. That's the thing. You want to send us up there to Fargo or wherever in the cold.
I definitely wouldn't do that.
They would not come down to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. How many years on recruiting do they have on Jackson State? If we have the same amount, give us even one more year. I'm pretty sure we're going to beef up that O-line.
Yeah. Yeah, because
then come to Jackson State.
If it's not a neutral site or they ain't coming to Jackson, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't care. I don't care about North Dakota State like that. They just lost today too. They lost to South Dakota State.
Bethune, there wasn't nobody at Bethune. We didn't even have our band, and we still beat them.
Yeah. So were you there? Were you at the game?
No, I didn't. I ended up staying home. But there was literally our band didn't get to come, and we still beat them by 40.
And I wonder why the band didn't come. I wonder what was the story behind that. Was it a budget issue? I wonder.
Probably so. Or they just knew that, I don't know, they knew it was going to be a win, but the tickets wasn't selling. I don't know.
Well, they had to fly there.
I just feel like, but that's why I feel like people should, you don't like when he says it, but he's not lying. Which is that we need to do classics as home and home. If you're going to do a classic, do it inside your own home stadium.
Right. Hey, you said nothing but the truth. I appreciate the call.
All right.
Thank you for the call. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Let's try to get the likes up to 200 tonight. The phone lines are open, 657-390-4814. Y'all want to call in, get your thoughts on the game, what you thought about all the SWAC games this week, what you thought about the Jackson State versus Bethune Cookman game. Phone lines are open. They had to compete last week, so this was their bye week for the band. Okay. SWAC was a budget issue, I was told. Okay. The band bye week and prep for homecoming. Bethune Cookman band didn't come to Jackson last year. Nobody mentioned it. I just love when both of the bands are there. I love when both of the bands are there. It just, I would have liked to see Bethune Cookman go up against Jackson State too, because Bethune Cookman got a good band. She was more on point than most men. Hey man, it don't matter the gender, man. It do not matter. The truth is the truth. But y'all were the same people all season talking about how y'all catching up with JSU and recruiting. It ain't JSU fault, y'all. Or y'all be going off. Don't forget, tune in Sunday, 60 Minutes, Coach Prime JSU interview. Oh yeah, Coach Prime is doing a 60 Minutes interview tomorrow. That's more exposure, y'all. That's more exposure. Why would you play him? Why would you play a hurting QB up by 30? We don't know if he's hurt. We just speculating because of the way he looked. We don't know for sure. He did go inside the tent, so we're not sure. BC band played harder than their football team. Oh man, y'all are crazy. What's going on, Amber? They band more like a choir all that damn. Yeah, they were singing a lot. They were singing a lot in the stadium. A rumor. Yeah, the phone lines are open, y'all. 657-390-4814. You want to call in? I know a few people called and hung up. You can call back. Phone lines are still open. Alcorn coming back on Southern right now. DJ 85. All they do is sing. He's hurt. This came out his own mouth. Okay. Well, I hope he gets better, man, because they definitely gonna need him next week. Let's see who's calling. What's going on, Carly? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, SWAC Buzz? It's Israel, bro.
Hey, how you doing, Israel?
I'm doing good. So I just want to talk a little bit about all of the complaints that people seem to have, even when Jackson State is winning. I think we've gotten so used to, I don't know, like scoring a lot of points. I think people have to realize that throughout a football season, things change. Coaches have to make adjustments. New players are being considered. So I don't think you're going to see consistency in the same way every week. I think you'll see consistency in that the team will win. But sometimes how they win will look different depending on what the coaches have planned or what they're scheming up. And I think sometimes we feel like we know more than what the coaches know. I mean, the coaches know the players. The coaches know how the players are developing. I still think Coach Prime and the offense have yet to settle on who their starting offensive players will be, but I think that's kind of coming to be a better picture. So I just think people need to chill. You got a quarterback that's threw for 5 touchdowns. You got a defense that kind of like looked better than any other defense that I've seen all day. So I just think we get so used to those 60 points, 50 Ps to when they play like a regular game and we still beat by 40 points. It just kind of sounds crazy for people to be complaining so much.
What you think? How you think they're gonna perform against Campbell?
I think it'll be the defense that will be the winning edge for JSU. I keep saying defense because honestly, I haven't seen a defense like this in the SWAC in a very long time.
They crazy.
I wish the offense. I mean, I could say I wish the offense were playing better, but historically, the offense has had a horrible start and a better second half. But today they had one of the best first half starts that they've ever had, and didn't do so well in the second half. So it's kind of like what that says to me is that the team is still good and they can play well enough, I think, to beat Campbell with the talent that the team has. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I just don't want them to come out slow against them and not have to play catch up, because I just feel like Campbell won't make the mistakes that a Bethune Cookman or a Grambling this year, y'all. This year's Grambling. I'm just saying this year. So Gram fam, don't come for me, Gram fam. But y'all struggling this year. So yeah.
I mean, you make a lot of sense. I mean, that start that we had today, we got to be consistent with starting like that from this game moving forward with Campbell, with Southern, with Alcorn. I mean, if we can get 14, 21 points in the first half, I think that sets us up pretty well. So, I mean, I agree that we need to kind of be starting games like we started today, but like I'm not that worried. I think Campbell is good, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, I know that they kind of rolled over that North Carolina team, but Jackson State brings a whole nother different energy. So we'll see what happens when they get to Jackson.
Yeah. What do you think about who stood out to you on defense today?
I'm just gonna say the whole damn defense, like everybody.
Yeah.
I was, chatting with Ken and Zoe the other night, and we were talking about which players would have a breakout game. And I just think collectively, the defense today, to me, out of all the games that we've seen today across the SWAC, each week Jackson State's defense keeps playing better. And, if Shador is going to be kind of shaky with his arm, or if wide receivers are going to be dropping passes, then, I know what we can do is we can trust the defense. So.
Yeah, you know what? This year, it's not really a standout person like that. I think the whole defense is just really playing well. I like Cam Silman. He stands out to me a lot. Dejon Warren's been standing out lately. I have to give him his props. He's playing well. Gaddy.
Yeah, good to see him back out there.
Yeah, Gaddy.
Good to see him smiling.
But but the whole defense is good this year. It's not like last year they were good, but James Houston was like you could tell he was the dude on the defense.
Right.
So
and I like the way Coach Prime described it when he's like, if you think we had a good player in James Houston, now we have 4 or 5 James Houston, but I don't think we are going to see those 5 stand out individually. There's a collective effort that they all put in together where you just had James Houston just one standout. But this defense I think is going to be something that's going to be talked about from now until we get to the Celebration Bowl. And I think we are going to the Celebration Bowl. Maybe just one more game to wrap up in the East, and that's all done. So we're looking good.
Mario in the comments said something interesting. He said our DBs are questionable. Campbell have a more accurate passing QB, so our coverage skill have to be better. Yeah, Jalen Jones isn't accurate. Jalen Jones, he's sort of like a Tim Tebow type of quarterback. I would say that. He doesn't really play. He doesn't really have the accuracy to really play on the D1 level. If you ask me, he has the athleticism and the footwork to he can run the ball and stuff like that. But as far as being like a D1 quarterback, I just don't see it. I don't see Bethune Cookman ever winning with him like that.
Right.
And that's not to down him. Let me say this real quick. I'm not trying to down him, but where the SWAC is trying to get in terms of quarterback play, I don't think he's going to be able to compete with those guys. Go ahead.
Right. And jumping back to the Campbell game, one of the things I'm going to be interested in listening to and watching is the criticism that our coaching staff may or may not get. I mean, it's one thing, people are always saying, well, Campbell this, JSU, our players need to do that. But with Deion Sanders came a whole new group of offensive coaches, defensive coaches. So it's the coaches that have to make sure that they plan for what's coming up with Campbell. And they've got to come up with a good plan if they're going to be playing a team as good as Campbell. So I think the criticism will rest on the coaches more so than it will the players if things don't turn out the way we like.
Right. Are you going to any games this season?
I will be on the road coming to the Southern game.
Okay.
Couldn't make homecoming, but I definitely will be there for the boombox.
Yeah, the Southern game is that's the best one. To me, that's the best one. I always try to go to that one every year. I love that game. The atmosphere, the bands. It's one of the best games, especially when it's in Jackson. But I even went to the one in Baton Rouge the other year where Shador won at the end of the game, where he did the game-winning touchdown drive. That game was hype. The atmosphere was crazy in that game. And, that stadium fit I think it was probably 30,000 people in there. It was somewhere up there. But yeah, man, their campus is dope. Their campus feels like a more old school more old school HBCU feel to it, but I like Southern campus. I like their stadium. But I appreciate you calling, man. I'm gonna get some of these other callers. Thank you for calling.
All right, good man. And check out Mr. Ford in a few minutes. Let's see if we can get him to talk about what's going on with Grambling and FAMU.
Okay.
He always has something interesting to add. Take care, bro. Keep up with good work on the show.
All right, thank you. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
What's up, my brother?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, what you got for me?
How you thought about that game tonight?
Which game you talking about?
JSU, Jackson State.
I mean, Jack State dominated. They did what they were supposed to do. Shadur struggled in the second half, but he might be hurt. But they look good. They look like a dominating team.
But that's all I have for you. Have a good day.
All right. Y'all, why y'all playing with me tonight, man? Y'all need to stop playing with me. All right, phone lines are open, y'all. 657-390-4814. Come on, man. Come on, man. The goofy stuff needs to. Don't do the goofy stuff tonight, y'all. Let's be straight up. DJ 85 said you got a 6-year-old calling in. I don't know what's going on, man. Folks just be surfing YouTube and they just find stuff that's live and they be like, oh, this is a call-in show. What they talking about? Let me call in. People don't even know what the SWAC is. They just be calling in. Eric Smith said, what was that? All right, we got another call. Hold on, y'all. Oh, this person calling back, man. Oh, man, go ahead and hang up, bro. You don't even know what we talking about. I get to somebody else, man. Appreciate you for calling, though. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you want to learn about the SWAC, learn about the conference, and then you can call in later. Israel Carey, I'm saying this shit. Don't blame me. Pretty sure that was Michael. Why they keep calling? Don't make me block you, man. Come on now. Stop trolling me. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me. Hello? 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 Y'all playing. Hello?
He was a bitch.
Lord Jesus. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
What it do? You already know what it is, man. BIWG, Big Dog checking in, man. Big Dog Chico YouTube page. I called in to holler at you. What's going on, sir, bud?
What's going on, Chico? Make sure you let people know your channel and throw a link in the chat. This is Big Dog Chico. He does SWAC content as well, y'all. So make sure y'all go like and subscribe to his page as well.
I appreciate it. I'll put that in the chat once I get done here. I'm actually driving and I saw it, so I said, let me go ahead and call in this time because I'm driving.
Yeah.
And the game was a good game, man. But I wanted to ask the question, and I asked it on my live. But I wanted to ask you guys and see what you guys think. What do you guys think about Shadur? Well, first of all, Coach saying that he wanted to get his backup, JP Andretti, some reps last game. That's why he came in and threw the ball. And then they get up by 30 plus this game, right? In the fourth quarter with 11 minutes to go. Perfect opportunity to give your backup quarterback and backup receivers a chance to get in the game and get some quality time. What do you think about them keeping Shadur in the game and seemingly trying to pad them stats and get over 300 yards? What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I understand why they're doing it because they're going to have to do that because they're going to always talk about competition. They're going to always say that, he's not facing this this kind of competition. So he's going to have to put up gaudy numbers every week. So I understand why they're doing it. I just don't want him to get hurt. Just keep him in the conversation, but I don't want him to get hurt.
And that's what I see. I saw last game his head hitting the back of the turf a couple times. Then a couple times he went down hard this game, and he just didn't seem like he was in it in the second half. And overall, I think they were being dominant, and the ball bounced their way a few times. It could have went the other way, but they were being dominant in that first half. And Coach Prime got really upset with those ill-advised picks by Shedeur. Other than that, though, take away those picks, I think they would have been coming out of this game like, hey, we were dominant. We were dominant, and we have a legit guy in the Heisman conversation,
Right.
So that's my thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Listening in to you guys all the time. I would like to have comments and let you guys hear from you guys, and get back to you guys also. So good linking up with you, man. Good linking up with you.
All right, keep doing your thing, man.
I appreciate
like the
you.
content, man. Keep doing your thing. All right. Let me get to these other callers. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
All right, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut the stream off in the background because it's gonna loop out and loop back on the stream. Yeah.
All right, can you hear me good now?
Yeah, you good.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just calling, man. That was a good game, man. What people don't realize is, man, Travis ain't even play today, and Shallow, he had limited minutes. So I hope the next game that we're able to see Shallow with more minutes, and hopefully we're able to see Travis Hunter. But overall, yeah, they started out pretty good the first half. Second half was kind of slow, but man, I like what I'm saying. I ain't from the SWAC, man. I'm from North Carolina, so my area like CIAA. You know what I'm saying? My brother went to Shaw, my sister and mama they went to Liberty City State. But I'm a Deion fan, but I'm a JSU fan now due to Coach Prime. But I like what I'm saying, man. I'm just giving JSU a shout out, man. They're doing pretty good this year. That's all I pretty much got to say, though.
I appreciate the call. Thank you.
All right.
Let me get to the next caller. Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. My bad.
Yo, what's up, my bro?
Hold on just a second.
What's good, my brother?
Hey.
Hold on just a second, y'all.
Hey,
yeah.
Hold on just a second.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
Okay, I'm about to say you got two of them.
Yeah. I hit the wrong button. I hit admit all. What's going on, Call You Live? Talk to me.
Hey, SWAC Buzz, it's me calling back in again. Chris from San Antonio, Texas. No, what I heard what the brother said, and I wasn't trying to misconstrue my message. The two tailbacks who Jackson State got, I know they're beasts. Matter of fact, the one who transferred in from Delaware State, you let me tell this SWAC Buzz, if he stayed at Delaware State, he'll probably be leading Division I AA, SES and all the rushing. What I'm saying is, I don't care if you're a beast, I don't care if you're a dog, you could be a gremlin. If you don't have the offensive line, a cohesive unit blocking for you, it's not going to matter. I don't think those two tailbacks is Jackson State. Are they even averaging, SWAC Buzz? And here's where you help me out. Is Jackson State even averaging 100 yards a game rushing? And if they are either one of those two tailbacks averaging at least 80 yards a game rushing?
Well, I know Wilkinson been doing pretty good. I'm not sure. I can pull up the stats now, but they're more of a passing offense. Go ahead.
Where I'm going with that, SWAC Buzz, is this. If it's not the coaching, if it's not the players and talent, then obviously it's got to be the offensive line. So, yeah, I mean, I know that those two tailbacks are beasts. I get that. But, again, their names ain't Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith. Well, Emmitt Smith, he had offensive line. And so, and that's what I'm saying, a reflection of the offensive line that was just put together this year right here. I don't care how talented they are or how many stars they got behind their name. The offensive line is the one unit in all the sports that must be on the same page at one point in time. It's gotten better from last year, but the offensive line is the Achilles heel of this Jackson State football team this year.
Right. So I'm looking at the rushing right now. So Marshall had 71 yards. Wilkinson had 64 yards. So that were the two leading rushers. But I mean,
now is that what's the season average for Jackson now? Because I don't know the stats. What the per game average for rushing? What is that, SWAC Buzz?
Hold on, let me see. I can look that up real quick.
Because those receivers on point, and so is Shador.
So for rushing yards, Wilkinson has the most at 406 yards, and Daniels has the most receiving yards with 358.
And how many games they played so far?
6. So it's 6-0 now.
Okay, so 400 yards, 6 games. That's below 100. That's below 100 yards a game, and that's what I mean, SWAC Buzz. So you got two guys who's beasts and monsters like that. And the running game is not where it should be. That's a reflection of the offensive line. So why would I take the offensive line and play against those other schools' defensive lines when they're simply not just there yet? They're 1 year away. That's the only point I was making.
Right. I got you though. Let me get to some of these other calls, and you can call back in later on, and we can chop it up about the stats.
All right, brother, man.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Let me get this person on. Hold on, y'all. Oh no. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. Yeah, I was sitting there watching the Southern game and just decided to call in because I'm watching the game and listening to you at the same time. And I just here to talk about Shakur. I can't even say the name correctly, but the quarterback of Jackson State, and how the people calling in and talking about you staying in and everything. I kind of understand why he was staying in. He's like they say, he's a young man that really takes his stuff seriously, and he really want to do good and everything. And what better practice? I mean, I'm kind of nervous a bit. I don't like talking on the radio, but what better practice to get than practicing against a team that's really coming after you? You can't get this practice from, when you practice against your own people, they're not going to hit you. But if you practice against the competition, they're going to come in. So he's not going to get this type of experience right here. So what better way to get it than being actually in there? So he's looking at this. He's really going to be on his knees. He's really going to be running right here. So he's trying to get that experience by being up in there and everything. Because, I was hollering like when it was halftime, I say, wow, they got to take him out. They got to go and take him out and let the other quarterback get in. But no, this guy want to get in there and he want to learn and he want to try to get better because he got this next game coming up that ain't going to be no joke. They ain't going to take it easy on him. And I understand that sometimes, you just got to step back and let these people do what they do. These people know what they're doing. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? They're getting paid to do this stuff every day. They're getting paid to look at these films. They're getting paid to study this kind of stuff. And we probably spend like an hour or so. And we're going to try to sit on, call on the radio show and tell these people what they should be doing, or we don't think they're doing something correctly. That's all I want to call in to say.
All right, I got you. Thank you for the call. I'm going to get to the next caller. Thank you. All right, let me get to the next call. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, SWAC Buzz?
What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm just glad to see some of your callers and some of the people in the comments are finally getting it and understanding about these what I call ridiculous money games. Go play a Power 5 school or go play in some classic that does not benefit your school. The main thing is, if your stadium, I don't care if it holds 8,000 or if it holds 60,000, you got to get your fan base out there. You got to be the one to support your school, your football program, your team, the one that you like or whatever. If you can do that, you don't need to go out and get your head beat in. You remember the game against Southern versus Georgia, and when the kid from Georgia, the kid from Georgia hit the kid from Southern, and he became paralyzed. And that was due, it wasn't like no malice or anything like that. But that right there lets you know that, hey, my program may not be as big or as, or as physical as this other program, But that one young man, his life has changed forever. And I'm not saying that's the case in all games, but stuff like that happens. But if you really want to make your school or your program, when you cry about money, go to the games. If it just, I think, what is the Jackson State, they were selling season tickets, I think, for like $100 and something. You mean to tell me that you can't afford $100 and something? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Jackson State is the one crying about money. It's everybody crying about the money. But my thing is, you got to get out there and you got to support your own program. You got to, look, bring 10 people with you. Most of the tickets are only $30 and something if you're doing single games. Bring 10 people with you. How you know they're not going to bring 10 people back the next time with them? That's how you make money. That's how you generate, from the people out there making money selling parking spots to the damn people that's selling the football programs. All this stuff trying to go North Dakota State. When have North Dakota State played Alabama or LSU or any of those other schools? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they only hold 19,000 at Wells Fargo, and then as well in Fargo, North Dakota, and they never sell out. Look at, so it's not about, we need money all the time. I think a lot of us just, look at a number and say, oh yeah, we need this, instead of saying, hey, how can I help you get to this? I think that's one of our biggest problems. We got money, we know how to spend it, and when we want to spend it, we gonna spend it. So that's my thing, And Jackson State by 40 again next week, and then Jackson State against Southern by 40, and so on and so on. Have a good night, bro.
All right, thank you. All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Make sure y'all smash up the likes. It's important to hit the like button to get the stream out to more people. So I appreciate y'all. The phone lines are open 657-390-4814. I'll take a few more calls. I don't want to go past an hour and a half tonight. So I'll take a few more calls. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed yet. Also, let me shout out to people that's contributed through Cash App. Hold on just a second. I think I just got one. Let me shout y'all out. Hold on just a second. Letitia Owens, thank you for the contribution. Linda Williams, thank you for the contribution as well. Appreciate y'all. Go over to HBCU Overdrive when Bud shut down. Oh, yeah. Shout out to him. Yeah, I'll be done in like 20 minutes. The phone lines are open. Y'all want to call in, get your thoughts out. $50 tickets for Southern versus JSU and Alcorn versus JSU is not asking for too much. Kenny Stokes. Shadur can throw 40 TDs and it won't be good enough. You think people hating like that, Diamond? I don't think people hating on Shadur like that. It's a lot of people don't want to see him successful, though. It's a lot of people that don't want to see Jackson State successful, honestly. And I don't get it. I don't get why, Jackson State have been losing for a long time. Y'all should be happy that Jackson State is up right now. I know we all have the rivalries and stuff like that, like Grambling, Southern. I know, we're rivals, but you should be happy that a SWAC school is getting this attention, is getting this popularity right now. Shadur doesn't have to win a Heisman this year, but the hate is overwhelming. JSU played a game where they weren't even motivated and won by 40. Lawrence Q, what's going on? Shout out to Lawrence Q, man. He been following the channel. He's an OG on the channel. Appreciate you, man. People hating on Shadur. Joker still saying he's starting because of his dad. Now, that's the craziest thing when people say that. Let's get this call. Let's see who this is. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Carly? Live, talk to me.
Hey, Buzz, it's LOL. What's going on tonight?
What's going on, LOL? How you doing?
Okay, I'm always calling in with some bull crap, but let me tell you something. The guy's from Texas. Either he's a Trump supporter or he's a hater. Or, better yet, he's probably Eddie Robinson's brother. Because he's just getting on my last nerve. But anyway, let me say this. I saw or heard today on the radio that people are still talking about Prime leaving JSU. And I think the reason why they're still spewing this in the media is because the Power Fives are getting nervous. They really get nervous because JSU is on track to do something tremendous, not only for Mississippi, but also for the SWAC itself. What do you think about the conversation that keeps going around about Prime leaving?
I mean, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do that. It's gonna amp up this week because he just got another blowout victory. The more blowouts he get, the more they're gonna come talking about, this job and this job needs to go out to him. They showed I was watching ESPN today with a game, and they showed Auburn. They showed 2 black people in Auburn clothing with a "We Want Deion" sign. Now, it ain't that many black folks in Auburn like that. But y'all want to show the 2 black people that it's not a lot of black people at Auburn. I won't say it's not black people at Auburn, but it's not a lot of black people at Auburn. So the fact that y'all picked the 2 black people to show that "We Want Deion" sign, they just go to show you what they trying to do.
Yeah.
Go to show you. It's just like Trump. I was gonna say it's just like Trump. You know how Trump used to do his speeches, and he'll have the one black guy, the one black guy in the background. That's what they doing.
Oh my God. That is so hilarious because I be thinking about that black guy. Like, what the hell?
Right.
I feel you on that. But before I go, I just wanted to, have a conversation about that because I know that the reason why they're saying it, and they're going to be saying it worse tomorrow, like you said, with 60 Minutes. They're going to be crazy. I think the Power 5 schools are getting nervous. They're getting nervous because this thing has taken on, a tremendous following. You know what I'm saying? JSU has taken on a following out of this world right now. It's like everybody. I'm talking about Ethiopia, Ghana, people in Ghana, people in, all over the world know JSU and they're following, they watch it now. And so I think that's the reason why they put in the conversation about he's going to leave. I don't think he's going to leave because I think he can do so much there and he is going to do so much.
And I don't know if you watched the game. I did. Like the announcers, they was trying to guilt him into taking another job. They was like, it'll be selfish for him not to take a job at a Power 5 because of his other coaches, to get his other coaches better jobs and more money. It'll be selfish for him not to take a Power 5 job. I said, boy, they know they slick. They know they slick.
Yeah, they slick. They're really, really slick. And before I go, I want to thank you for this platform and thank you for taking my call. I want to say, people, if you are in Georgia, please vote on Monday, starting Monday. Please vote. Get out and vote. Especially you guys. Get out and vote. You too, SWAC. Are you in Georgia?
No, I'm in Maryland right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess
I vote. Vote. I make sure I vote. So,
okay. All right, SWAC. Have a good night. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let me get to this other caller. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, caller? You live? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
it's a Maryland area code, ain't it?
Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, I'm in Bowie.
Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah, I just started watching the SWAC. Only SWAC I watched was Ramblin' versus Southern when it came on. But I've been following Jackson State, and I hate to say this, man, but once his sons graduate and Travis Hunter leave up out of there, I think he gone, man.
I wouldn't be mad at that though. If he stayed,
I think he's gonna stay around to then.
If he stayed to Shadur leave and Travis Hunter get drafted, both of them get drafted from Jackson State, I wouldn't be mad because at that point, we've gotten enough out of that situation. At that point, we've been put on the spotlight. We gotten first round draft picks. At that point, I feel like he could he could go at that point, and I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched. He dropped so many breadcrumbs, man. Like the diehard faithful Jackson people and the people that's from down there. I get it, but I mean, in every interview, that man is he had to give money back to the school for this, that, and the third. He complaining about money from the tickets missing. I mean, he's telling you at every turn that he's trying to keep his mouth shut as much as he can, but it's stuff going on down there.
Someone said he ain't leaving until the stadium is built. Hey,
man, I mean, 100. They said that they releasing 120 mil for the stadium. I mean, I don't know how fast they're gonna throw it together, but once his kids is up and out of the way, he out of there. I don't even know if he gonna wait. I don't know if he gonna wait for his daughter to leave or not. He gone because he gonna get top pay at one of the biggest schools off the break with less work.
But I understand what you're saying, but think about it. I think Coach Prime is a legacy guy, and if they guarantee that they'll name the stadium after him or something like that, or put his name on the stadium, like call it the Gordon Sanders such and such stadium or something like that, I think
they're gonna have to carve him out of section of Mississippi for all that, man. I mean, that's the whole purpose of him leaving his son in there.
It's wishful thinking.
I mean, he gonna give them a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, he's trying his best to do as much as he can.
Yeah.
How much more they want?
Yeah, it may be my fan delusion right now, but I would hope that they would do something like that for him to get him to stay. Because I think he's big.
I mean, he'll probably give one of the coaches that's already there that top spot, leaving in good hands. But my man, he gonna pack them bags, man. He out of there.
Yeah, I mean, and no other coach is gonna be able to do what he's doing.
No, I mean, it's gonna be automatic at that point. I mean, unless they stay hard on recruiting, that might drop. But I mean, they should be a well-oiled machine in the next 2-3 years.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me call in, man.
All right, thanks for the call. All right, this person calling from anonymous. Yeah, you got to show your number, man. Don't call me blocked because we had some goofies call in, and I'm not doing that tonight. So call from your real number. So I have to make sure. I have to see whoever you is. So just hang up and call back from your real number. Everyone worried about Coach leaving, but JSU. Yeah. I've been telling people, man, live in the moment. Stop worrying about it. You can't control it. You can't control if he gets another job or if he leaves or not. Live in the moment. You got an outstanding football team. You got outstanding fan attendance. You're getting publicity. You're getting exposure that you've never gotten before. Just live in the moment. We can't control these other schools going after Coach Prime. We can't control him interviewing because he has that right. If he wants to interview, he can interview, so we can't control that. Kevin Thompson said, we want Campbell. I'm going to see who this is. Hold on just a second, y'all. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Yes, sir, bro. I wanted to call in. I think a lot of people is missing the whole point of what Coach Deion Sanders' movement is about.
Okay.
It's not about a white narrative. It's not about Power 5 schools. It's about what took place 150 years with HBCU schools. It's about what took place with George Floyd. It's about the lack of resources and infrastructure that Mississippi and other southern states and northern cities have. It's about the mistreatment of Black people. This is why his movement has caught fire, because it's not about football. Football is the vehicle that's driving it. It's a bigger narrative. HBCU enrollment went up 200%. It's not enough places to put the students, so that he's helping them build a new infrastructure. And this is why Black America is in need of an economic summit to discuss what's going on, like Mississippi and Alabama and our communities where we lack in resources. So what they should be doing, and other NFL former players should be doing, is joining around Coach Sanders, building a coalition, and say we can lift all HBCUs in the Black community if we build this coalition around this movement. Yeah, Deion Sanders did a lot in 2 years, I don't know how long he's going to stay, but whatever he did more in 2 years than they did in 150 years of HBCU tradition, because he's going to get that stadium built in Mississippi, and that's unheard of. The poorest state in the South, in the country specifically. So I think we have to open our eyes about Power 5, because when you look at Alabama and Tennessee, that institution was built off the backs of enslaved people. That's how colleges got started. That's where they put their trusted money into the endowments. So we have to build up our institutions and get behind him and Eddie George and whoever else is trying to move our community in a better condition and better light. That's all I want to say, brother. Keep up the good work.
Thank you for the call. Yeah, I just feel like he could do so much more at a HBCU than he could at a Power 5. Okay, you go to a Power 5. Okay, you get these big time recruits. Okay, you're on TV. You get to play against Nick Saban and all these other people. Okay, but at the end of the day, that's been done before. You know, you're going to go to a program that's probably like, if you go to Auburn, somebody's already won a national championship there. You know, and if you don't win a national championship quick, they're going to get rid of you. You know, they're gonna be okay with the popularity and all that kind of stuff. But if you're not winning national championships, like at a SEC or something like that, they're gonna get rid of you. So I just think he could do so much more at a HBCU. More people need to adopt HBCUs. I agree with that. That's his name, SWAC. Y'all said it was cornersports.net. Oh no. Cornersports.net been talking about HBCU for a long time though. Coach Prime has too many outside endorsement that is controlled by him. He will not any Power 5 school dictate to him about his endorsements. Most likely coach is staying at JSU. I mean, that's a good point. Coach Prime can't be controlled. You know, those Power 5 schools gonna want to control you, like wearing all the chains and all that kind of stuff. They ain't gonna be cool with that. You already have these people, these fan bases saying stuff like, "Oh, he's not professional. Look at how he dressed and stuff like that." He was on a video with Rob J this week. You know, him and Rob J, they always play around and stuff like that. They took that out of context. They made that into something him trying to be, you know, show up somebody that's working. You know, they tried to make it a negative thing. And just imagine what they would do if he was at a Power 5 school. If he went to a Power 5 school, they would be making negative headlines after negative headlines. They would be trying to destroy him. Prime won't go to Auburn. Those old boosters won't let him have control. Right. But yeah, y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in to the show. Just wanted to do a post-game show for y'all to call in and talk about the game. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been so awesome. You know, we just growing and growing over here. How many likes we get to tonight? Did we get to 200? Let's see. Let me look real quick. See, y'all want to call in whenever I'm let me go and answer this call. Hold on, y'all. What's going on, Carly Live? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, let me say this about Coach Prime going to Power 5. Everybody get it out of their head. Listen, those folks don't care how great Deion is. Remember when the head coach was at Texas A&M, the black head coach, and they won the SEC West, and 2 years later he was gone?
Yeah.
When those white folks got their money, trust me, winning don't mean nothing to them. Hell, they'll pay $15,000, $20,000, $1 million to send somebody on their way. Okay? Prime ain't really got nothing they got. They really feel like they won't. You got to remember, just like Herschel Walker running for Senate in Georgia, guess what? They don't believe in black excellence. They don't. They'd rather have a black man they can control and buffoonery than to have somebody can come in and do a job. Like I said, They won't do it. Not at Auburn, not at Georgia Tech. Nah, ain't worth it to them. They would rather lose for the next 10 years than to feel like they can control that brother that's headed their football program. It's the way they go.
Right. Right.
So trust me. I know everybody say it, and they be pushing everything like that, bruh. Listen, those folks who finance the program, pay them millions of dollars. Nah, it's our way or the highway. They don't care who you are, and they will pay $20 million to get you on your way, and not think twice about it.
Right. So where you calling from?
I'm calling you from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Okay.
Okay.
What?
And we had talk about it. You know, we like them here and everything like that. But listen, you know, we used to have a guy named Hosea Wynn, and his motto was, "I'm boss, and you can't boss me. There ain't no figure you can pay to make me have your foot on my chest, on my neck." So, so I think that's where Deion is. Nah, trust me, I'm good. You know what I mean?
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, but
All
appreciate
right.
the call. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right. All right, y'all. There was another show, post-game show. I'll be doing other videos this week and other lives. I'll let y'all know. I'll put out a post before I go live. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's see what we got tonight. I think we got the 200 tonight. I appreciate y'all doing that for me. Where we at tonight? Yeah, we got over 200. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm gone.